between you and me.
Okay.
Good.
Perfect.
So the very simple question, the very first simple question is, when it was the first time you ever considered to purchase a Pernod Ricard products?
I always liked champagne wines, and I don't think that there was a time that I consider, but I think the presence from the brand in Brazil changed a lot. They invest a lot in marketing, and they become more close to the Brazilian consumers. They have two professionals that I know. One is Vicky Sarro, the ambassador, and her boss, I think he was her boss, Rafael Vidigal. And Rafael came from LVMH. And LVMH was very, very present in Brazil, and things start to change. And you are influenced by advertisement, by events, and they start to be more present in the events, to do dinners, invite people, and this is you create a connection with the brand, because you have a lot of nice champagne wines, but when you have it's not so difficult to change your brand if you have someone working on this marketing straight to the point, not a magazine advertisement, but for example, during my birthday, they sent me a Magnum from Moon, GH Moon. This is very nice to receive, Thanks, do this. And so even during the events, the beneficent event, they are present. And you start to look more closely to the brand. Before, I just looked for, I don't know, Moët Chandon, Veuve Clicquot, Dom Perignon. And now they are creating a connection with the brand, with the history, and that's very nice. I think it's much more far from the work from the team, from the Brazilian team. That's just the change of the taste or the champagne, because I like it also, Dom Perignon, other champagne wines, but I don't know, it's like to choose a brand from clothes. Sometimes when you are happy, you're happy, and you keep with this clothes.
Okay, so as far as I understood, at a certain moment in time, something was changing. So the relationship the brand was able to build with the customer evolved, if I well understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evolved, no, they started because, I don't know, 2 years ago, they doesn't have any relationship. They sell in specialized wine stores, but they never sell in good restaurants or nightclubs. I don't go to nightclubs anymore, but they changed the brand. They put the brand in the spotlight, but not a bad spotlight, like something in a good way.
So it means that before the products were already present in the market through specialty stores, but there were no a direct relationship with the client.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are present, but I don't know. They never. I don't know if they increase the points of sales, but they are much more present, because you can see the brand everywhere right now. Like now, I'm looking for a martini brand that you have in your wall. No, other side.
This one. I know,
no.
yeah.
And I look at, you have some ace of spades also.
Yes.
So, but you recognize, and you have to understand the brand, because you have a lot of champagne wines that are not present. And when you will choose, it's easily to choose something that you know that is good.
Okay, interesting. So it means that the Pernod Ricard, the new Pernod Ricard team, since Rafael joined from LVMH,
Yeah.
Is much more is more able to make clients aware about the products of the products.
Yeah, they put the brand in the spotlight, I think, for the AAA consumer, because they choose the right events. I don't know if they make advertisement or they support, but they insert the Pernod Ricard instead in the place that was occupied before by LVMH.
Okay. So, and then you met Pernod Ricard products in one of those events.
No, I used to live in London. I met the products, I don't know, 10 or 20 years ago. I always go vacation to Saint-Tropez, so I know the products. But you know that even in Saint-Tropez, if you go to Bagatelle or Club 555, there's always one brand that is in the spotlight that everyone is asking for. And and this kind of relationship, I think they did in Brazil.
Okay, interesting. So, as far as understood, you are purchasing mainly champagne from Pernod Ricard.
Yeah, mainly champagne. They have other products that, I purchased some vodka, but not too much. And during the pandemic, I reduced my drinking habits because I stay home mostly, and I use this time to give a break to drinking and losing 10 kilos.
Okay.
So I put myself on diet, make a lot of exercise, cut the alcohol for 3 months, and use this lockdown to do it.
So actually, you follow the you didn't follow the trend during the pandemic. The alcohol consumption at home was booming.
Yeah, it's booming. Yeah, I read about, but I don't know. I like to drink alcohol with friends, with not in your house. In your house, I don't know. You stay reading a book, and if you have a pandemia, you are worried. It's not. I don't know, like you see in American movies that the guy is stressed and open a scotch and drink. I never did it.
Okay.
I don't
You are
think
not stressed.
No, yeah. Everybody's a little stressed in the whole world, of course, but I'm not stressed. And I'm also a doctor. And I think this can change, because if you are drinking during a pandemic, you have reduced levels of antibodies. And so I think, okay, let's do a time with alcohol, because I don't think it's a good idea to stay home drinking. It works. I never get COVID-19, and I'm also vaccinated right now, so it worked.
It's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you mentioned the occasions in where you like drinking. Can you tell me something more about it? When you drink, and then with whom?
My wife doesn't drink too much, so I always drink with friends, or during you have a business lunch or something like that. But especially with friends, we have a house it's a country house in a kind of country club called Fazenda Boa Vista here, and we have a lot of friends. So you do a dinner or you do a barbecue and you drink. you drink wine or champagne or everything that you have in front of you. Sometimes you drink a lot. I like to drink in the bars. I like a lot jazz and some kind of music. But I'm not the kind of guy that drinks alone. It's not my type. Majorly because I gain weight so fast that I have to control. Because if you drink every day, you have problems with the weight.
So mainly for healthy reasons. And so you purchase alcohol when you are invited to some other somebody else places, so as a gift. So you bring some products, some spirits, some alcohol.
When we are in the countryside, we drink a lot of alcohol, but it's a lot. I don't know, 4 bottles per person. So yeah, it's a lot. It starts in the 12 o'clock till midnight, and so we buy online and send there, and the housekeeper puts on the adega and we start to drink. But I also do a lot of dinners in my house that I serve it alcohol, or I go to events. But yes, I always, when I go to a friend's house, I take some bottle of wine or champagne that is polite. When it's a close friend that I know that will drink a lot, I will always send a box or 2 boxes of alcohol, because I know that everyone drinks a lot. But yes, I don't know. I think I buy 30 or 40 bottles of champagne and wine per month.
Okay.
Not I'm drinking all of these, but I always have a lot of friends and dinner as well.
There is always an occasion to drink a good glass of champagne. So
yeah, the problem is to stop in one glass.
Yeah, for me is the case, because actually I'm such a cheap date that I need that much to get drunk. So actually, so I'm not. I will never be a good client for Pernod Ricard or for this kind of brands. And so you mentioned that you purchase your products online.
Yeah.
Okay, so you purchase only online or a mix?
Yeah, online, or I have the WhatsApp from the owners of the shops, and I send sometimes someone's like, oh, send to my home this, and they send. But always by electronic ways. I never go to a wine store. Just if you are, I don't know, if you are passing or you are traveling, but no, it's online, always online.
And why you prefer to purchase online?
Because it's much easier. You go and you can compare prices. You can get more information. I know that's not good for the vendors, because if you go to a shop, they can sell whatever they want, and if you are Russian, but if you buy online, you can check. If you know what you want, you will choose the cheaper one, because a bottle from Pernod, for example, and doesn't make for me any sense to go to a wine shop to pay more and to have to get the bottle and bring here, if I can go online, pay and receive it in my home.
Because to purchase online is cheaper than purchasing the vendors.
Easily. It's not just cheap, but it's much easily. Imagine if you are buying 6 boxes of wine per month. You have to put in your car, bring here, if you buy online, they deliver in your house, so it's much easier.
Amazon teach. actually.
Yeah, Amazon Teach. Yeah, I'm Amazon generation.
Yes, definitely. But okay, I see the point. And before, so you mentioned before that you used to live in Europe, you used to travel in Europe. So
Yeah,
and then
my family are from Italy. So
really, from where?
from Veneto.
Oh, okay, I'm Italian actually. I don't know
Yeah,
if you, yeah,
I
maybe
saw
you
you.
recognize my accent or, and and so I would like to know if you are able to compare the prices in Brazil and in Europe for this kind of products.
I think it's not a good idea to do it because you're crying. Because Brazil, there are a lot of taxes and it costs so much more. I don't know, a bottle of Pernod in France, for example, should cost 10 euros at Monoprix or more, 10 or 15. Here will cost 50 or 60 euros. It's very, very expensive. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a problem.
Okay. That's the
And
problem.
our currency right now is very unvaluated between dollar or euro. So we lost the power of consume. So it's very, very expensive here.
So in this case, the price is one of the elements when you purchase this kind of products.
No, because you know that costs that's not cheap, and you will also buy. You can compare the shops that is selling to get the better price. I think that's but will not change the product. For example, I won't change a champagne for a sparkling wine, for a cava, for example. If I'm looking for champagne, for example.
Okay.
What you have to pay.
Okay. So the price is not the main point. So what are the main points when you choose a bottle of champagne from the Pernod Ricard family instead of the Louis Vuitton family or other independent? So as far as I understood, so you recognize the Ace of Spades, so you know.
We have a
Yeah. So what kind of what you value when you compare this kind of products?
Of course, price is one of the variations, but when you have a product, I don't know, I like the PHV Rosé or the GH Moon, and I don't know, you decide, okay, I will buy some box and put on my adega and I will drink this. It's much more from humor or because I not buy and drink. I buy and put in the adega. I have a very big adega, and you are drinking. So I don't know why. Probably you are influenced by the marketing or the brands, but and when you have a connection, it's much easier to keep with the same champagne, for example.
Can you tell me something more about this idea of connection with the brand? Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Yes, I think everyone in this world or in this kind of market wanna feel special. And to make someone special is not, you don't have to expend tons of money. Sometimes it's just during the birthday, send a nice message or I don't know, something very simple, but they say, okay, they care about me. I'm a special customer. And I think the whole world or the whole AAA world wanna feel this. And I think that's the point or the challenge for the brands to get the people connected, and these people, when connected, will spread the message and will offer to other people, and sometimes we'll post online and they will do the market job for you sometimes.
Okay. And so are you able to compare what, for example, Pernod Ricard is doing with from a communication point of view compared to other brands? Are they better? Are they worse? Are they extremely good? Because I don't know.
No, they are much better because they do some events, they do some dinners, they have an ambassador. And if you are comparing to the most to Moët Chandon from LVMH, I brought straightly from LVMH, but because we have hospitals and I use the hospitals agreement, for example, to reduce sometimes the price, but they don't care for customers because they are too big to. Sometimes they do some small events, but they are not investing or worried about it. And yeah, and you see that, I don't know, like Pernod Ricard, they are investing a lot. They are very close to the customers. I think that's the point.
They are investing in, especially in what? Sorry, I'm trying to dig deeper on this concept.
Yeah, they do, for example, they do dinners and invite people to do a degustation of champagne, and they explain about, they have a whole speech and they explain about champagne, how it's doing. They explain the maison history, and they do this for a lot of people. They are always doing some kind of event. And I think these small events make you feel special and buy, because you say, okay, these people really need to sell, and know that they invite you because they want to sell. But if I have to choose a Moët or a Pernod, of course I will choose a Pernod, because Pernod is much more closely than Moët.
Okay. Sorry if I insist on that, but because Moet is also doing something wrong, something you don't like, or simply because
not wrong, but you have the very prestigious champagne, but you have some other brand that is not so famous, but is trying to get a relation with you. They have an ambassador that you become friends or close to the ambassador. They explain, you know the history. It's not just a bottle of wine. It's a bottle of wine that you know the whole history, that they explain about the love story and blah, blah, blah. So you care more about this. It's like it's a brand that you that want to connect with you, and they do this very well. They work for it. For example, you don't drink martini, but they invite you to try martinis, and your friends start to drink martini. When you see everybody is drinking martini, for example, it's like Aperol Spritz that 5 or 6 summers ago it was a boom, or gin right now that it's another boom. They changed people changed vodka for gin, for example.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. At least I saw this in nightclubs, or they say, okay, gin is there's less fat and is light, for example. And everybody, if you go to a bar, you see a lot of drinks with gin instead of vodka. 10 or 15 years ago, it's just vodka.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. I'm not really a club person.
Yeah, but even in restaurants or
no, I've done that. It's not really my kind of style. Actually, I prefer the food. I'm more on the eat culture than on the drinking culture.
Yeah.
But before you mentioned that So apparently, I had the perception that you like when the brand explains you the history, the heritage of the brand, of the maison. Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I think the storytelling is very important because if you say, okay, is that a champagne wine? Okay, there's a lot of champagne wine. But when you understand the history, you understand how it works, you get connection. It's like when you are seeing a movie, you have a lot of characters, but when they focus on one and you see the history and you see all the things, you start to like this character more than others. For example, I don't know if you saw La Casa de Papel. That's
Sì, come no?
yeah.
Of course.
You are uh, from the side from the bad guys because they are robbing a bank, and you are, oh, they can be hurt or they can be shooted, but they are robbing a bank, they kill people. You can choose for thieves, but when you know the history, depends the angle that they told the history, you get aside. And from the brand, I think it's the same.
Okay. Very interesting point of view. I didn't think of it. So more knowledgeable you are, closer you are getting to the brand, in a way.
Yeah, I think yes.
Okay. And then another thing that you mentioned before is the events. So it can be a small event, can be a big event, and then that actually these are all the opportunities where you can during which you can get closer to the brand. But can you recall any specific event in particular, or not?
No, because we are 2 years without events.
This is true.
Yeah, but there's one trip that we made to Paraty, that's close to Búzios. It's a beach close from here. When they invite some people, some customers, and made an after and weekend with champagne, with degustation, and it was very nice because you become close to other people that sometimes you know, sometimes you don't know, but it was very, very nice. It was 15 guests, for example, and you stay there, you get a boat and do a weekend with Pernod, for example.
And
I
then
think
what kind of people? Sorry.
I think it's game changer for everyone.
Because actually this is something that the other brands, as you mentioned before, are not really acquainted, are not really used to do. They don't really used to do this kind of things.
Not so bold and so tiny. So going to the straight of the point. Sometimes they do I don't know, Hugo Boss is launching the new collection. They invite you, they send I don't know, a wallet as a gift from your home, but there are, I don't know, 300 guests, and it's totally different than spend a weekend, and when you can know the people that work, you can know everything.
So you felt pampered, you felt like if they really care about you.
Yes.
Okay. And then what kind of other people attend this kind of event?
People that consumes a lot of champagne, and but are people from bankers, people from retail, a huge retail, mostly part of the, I don't know if you can call elite, but from people that can afford and usually drinks a lot and consumes a lot.
And is it important to know who is taking part of these events or not for you?
It's not a big deal because you trust, you know that they will never invite, I don't know, a rapper, for example, or nothing against them, but some, I think they study the guests to do the mix. They will not put someone, I don't know, completely different
out of the blue. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's people that sometimes, if you don't know the people you heard about.
Okay. Okay. And I think I know there is another thing that you mentioned is you said that you have a big cellar.
Yes.
How did you mention how did you say in Portuguese?
Adega.
Adega. Okay.
Okay.
And then, but because you consider yourself a collector or what?
Oh, I think it's beautiful. I like wines. And you need space to put a lot of wines. Not a collector. I'm thinking I'm a drinker.
Even if you don't.
Even if I don't, yes. If I don't drink every day, but I drink every week, for example.
Okay.
And
Okay.
during the weekends, I drink a lot. I invite friends that are passionate for wine and champagne, and we do a degustation. For example, we can get a vertical from Chateau Margaux. I don't know, 20 bottles, and or some Brunello, and every time we do some, when we have a small team that we go to each other's house, it's 6 people, and we do, okay, let's drink Italian wines, let's drink French, let's drink Portuguese, let's drink rare wines, and that's it.
And and how many bottles you have, if I can roughly, of course, if I can ask?
700.
Hola, but pretty good, I would say.
Okay.
But you're not taking, you're not caring about the value of the bottles.
No.
Non di lei, per favore. No, it's not really. It's not for investment. It's not for. So it's really for pleasure.
No.
Okay.
It's a drink.
Oh, it's just a drink. Okay.
Yeah,
considering 20 bottles of Chateau Margaux just a drink.
It's
so it's not really just a drink, but
Yeah,
like my husband is opening the eyes like this, actually.
These friends of mine, they have a lot of money, and they like wines. And I don't know, for someone that is a billionaire, 20 bottles is nothing to open.
Absolutely.
Friends.
Absolutely. Ciao, amore mio. Okay, I think we made more or less the big tour. If you can, so coming to the end, if you can summarize the relationship you have with the Pernod Ricard team in few words.
I think they are awesome. I think they are very always disposable. They always try to help, and they always try to bring people together and to connect people. And I don't know, if you call them, they are always try to help. Even they don't sell the bottles, but they represent the brand. So you become like a fan of the brand.
Oh wow! It was it was the topic of the today event. I told you that was coming. Like actually, I organized an event, and then the last topic, managed by the managing director of Montblanc watches, was how to turn a customer into a fan.
Yeah, that's it.
So you perfectly gave me the definition in 1 second. Wow.
Yeah, why you buy a Montblanc instead of a Cartier pen, for example? Nobody knows that Cartier have pens, or somebody knows, but Montblanc is a Montblanc. It's a Montblanc. There's nothing like. And
okay, and so if Raphael and Vicky will leave, actually, you will change the ambassador. They will change. So Pernod Ricard will change the ambassador. Would you stay loyal to the brand or not?
I think if the new ambassador do the same job with from Vic, yes, no problems.
If not,
if they cut everything, they start to do, they cut to, I don't know, the brand stop to invest in Brazilian market, for example. Yes, I will always drink because I like the product, but there's always a place to a new brand put the fits. Like, for example, if the Ace of Spades took this space, or Cristal or other brands start a team, a relationship with the consumer, I don't know if you can stay loyal if they cut the relation from that depart from them, you know. But once you are drinking, you probably won't change. But if the new team makes the same job, you don't have why you have to change.
Okay, so it means that the personal relationship you have with the ambassadors anyhow counts. It's important.
Yeah, I think it counts. It counts. But if the ambassador, I don't know, changes, start to work with fashion, for example, or they will change, but you have the relationship with the brand, of course. But people always change jobs, you know, and I won't change because of just the ambassador change it. But if the brand start, I don't know, to lose quality or start to, I don't know, to have, you don't have the products available to buy, something like that. But probably we'll keep the relation.
Okay. Luiz, I think we covered most of the aspects. So really, thank you for this interesting conversation. This is one of the most interesting part of my job, and I like talking to interesting people. And so we will, as I mentioned before, we will come back to you as soon as possible with the executive summary. So you will see. It's a very short one, but at least you can have an overview about what we have collected all through this interesting conversation. And then if you need anything else, if you want to stay in contact with us, anything to add, you have my email address, so do not hesitate to contact me. And if not, I wish a very good, and it's not the end of the day, is for us. It's actually very good afternoon. And then, so that's it. Thank you. Really, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Nice to meet you.
Bye, Luiz. Bye-bye. Nice to meet you too. Bye.